Back with Bobby and JG Radio. We just spoke with Eric Cooper, the president and CEO of the San Antonio Food Bank. If you missed any of that, do not cry. You go to bobbyandjgradio.com and you can be a fan of the show. You can see our SoundCloud, which is uploaded on Mondays after our Sunday show every Sunday at 10 a.m. on KLUP The Answer. Our next guest is Miss Lauren Mandel. She runs the Volunteers and Events Coordinator for the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio. She is a Houston native, moved to San Antonio about 4 years ago.
Escaped to San Antonio.
Started working in the Boys and Girls Club January of 2013. She plans all the events, and there's a lot of events because we've talked to her about it, and coordinates all the volunteers for all these events. We're very proud to have her run the show. How are you doing today, Lauren?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, you guys.
So let's talk about what the Boys and Girls Club is.
Absolutely. My favorite question.
Is it?
My favorite question. Well,
it's not. Are you related to Howie Mandel? That's not your favorite question?
Such an original joke, you guys. So original. Boys and Girls Clubs is an after-school and summer program, so we like to say that when school's out, clubs are in. Our goal is to get kids in our programs and keep them off the streets, get them in positive programming that's going to help them achieve the great future we know they deserve.
Sure. And how many kids are in these programs?
So this past year, we served 9,200 kids, more than 9,200.
How many of them were Cortezes?
Oh.
Zero.
Put me on the spot there.
There's not a lot of us. So what are the age groups? Where does it start?
So we serve kids ages 6 to 18.
So if you're 19, don't even bother.
What kind of people? Yeah, there's not these. Why is there some black and white with you, Bob? It's not like that.
God. Oh.
Anyway, so what kind of people get involved with the Boys and Girls Club? Like, are there? I know you've talked about with us, before that there's a lot of ways to get involved, but I don't think everyone really realizes that how they can or what they can do for you all.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of ways people can get involved. The first one, and the thing I talk about the most, is volunteering. So when you serve as many kids as you do, you need as much help as possible. So the program we need the most help with is our Power Hour program, which is when our kids do an hour of homework every day after school, and we just don't have enough staff to keep them engaged and occupied. So we need as many hands as we can to help them succeed.
So this Power Hour, so these kids are getting off of school 3 to 4, and then they're getting to your programs around 4 to 4:30, and then right after that, you want them to focus on their academics and try to get them focused on their homework to get it done.
Absolutely.
And out of the way, and that's where you guys really would love or need help from anyone.
So all of our qualifications, you have to be 18 because we work so closely with kids.
Sure.
We don't allow kids to serve as volunteers, and you have to undergo a background check because we also work so closely with kids.
No, whatever.
You're not even allowed around school.
Whatever.
So.
I'm a watchdog, so I'm way good.
Yeah.
But it's an easy process. It takes about a week, and then we want to get you into our clubs as soon as possible.
So if there's a lot of pop-up type of homework, Bobby's available during that time.
Algebra,
I love
geometry.
We're talking about pop-up books.
Yeah, pop-up books. He just runs through them. It's crazy.
Wow.
Like
I'm practicing.
Impressive. That's impressive.
It's really crazy. And how can people help with the general programming of the Boys and Girls Club?
So our programming focuses on 3 priority outcomes. So that's academic success, which is where Power Hour comes in, good character and citizenship, and healthy lifestyles. So we run everything from our kids who volunteer, and they're trying to get volunteer hours for their high schools and colleges. We have an art room, we have a tech lab, we have physical education, we have basketball leagues. So it's more than just homework and maybe preparation for college, which is so important.
Sure.
You also want these kids to have the opportunity to blow off some steam when they're not in school.
And where are some of these branches located? Because normally I know they're in the rougher parts of town, but I have also seen them in different areas.
Sure. So we're primarily on the southwest and east sides of the city, and we're in 3 school districts. So SAISD, Judson, and Harlandale. 6 branches, 1 project unit, and 41 school locations.
And which one are you currently?
So the admin offices is out of our Calderon branch. That's on the west side, just west of downtown.
So if somebody wants to come and help, that's where they would go to.
They have the opportunity to choose the location on our volunteer application, or I'd be happy to talk to anybody. You have the choice, and it's whatever's convenient for you, or if you don't have a preference, I tend to assign people to branches who I think need a little bit of extra help.
So if they can go to begreatsa.org and they can figure out how they can get involved?
Yep, or they can call 210-436-0686.
That's 210-436-0686.
You got it.
If you're just joining us, we're speaking with Lauren Mandel. She is the events coordinator for the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio. So what are some of these schools that you guys are currently at right now?
So, like I said, we're in Judson, SAISD, and Harlandale, and there are 41 of them.
41 schools.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And so there's a wide array for people to pick from.
Absolutely.
And all of those are on your website, begreatsa.org.
You got it.
Okay, great. Awesome. And so what is the volunteer sign-up like? Is it very easy, seamless? Do people just get online and just kind of, is it coordinated that way, or how does it work?
So people can do a couple of things. They can give me a call or shoot me an email. You're also welcome to just go into the branches. They have the volunteer applications there. Like I said, you have to fill it out so we can do a background check. That usually takes about a week.
Sure.
And once it's completed, the branch director or whomever's in charge of volunteering at that particular site will schedule you a time to come on in.
So if somebody wants to help, is there a minimum amount of time that they have to put in?
There isn't a minimum amount of time. We say that whatever time you have to give is absolutely okay with us, but we do want to emphasize consistency. So the more somebody comes, the more they're going to build a relationship with our kids. And these are kids who live in neighborhoods and come from families where positive role models can be few and far between. So we want to give them as much opportunity as possible to develop mentor-mentee relationships.
So do you have any stories that you know of some people really, adapting a relationship with some of these kids and helping them out in some way or another?
Absolutely. So we have a program called Young Achievers. And Young Achievers is a college immersion program for 8th graders who do really well on their PSAT or do really well in school, but they've got no family history of college.
Right.
So most of the time they're going to be first generation people to even think about attending college,
Sure.
let alone actually attending. So that program's been going on for a few years now, and there are multiple stories of kids whose lives have been changed because somebody mentored them and showed them that, hey, I came from a background that you came from.
Sure.
I had hard times, and I didn't think I was going to graduate from high school.
Yeah.
And these kids their eyes are open to the possibility that college can be for them, and they can succeed, and they can achieve that great future.
One of my favorite stories of Bobby was actually he went to Brackenridge High School, and so when graduation came around, they read everyone's name, and then they say what you're going to do right afterwards. And then Bobby's like, what do you guys have there? And they're like, we got nothing. And so he's like, no. Put on there that I'm going to college. They're like, are you registered?
So they said, we'll work full time. So
well.
they would say the name, and then we'll work full time. They would say it for everyone. I said, no, I'm not going to cross the stage if that's what you're going to say for me. So I made them say, we'll attend college. So I had to fight for that, though.
But it actually, the moral of the story is that it actually kind of opened up his eyes that he should attend college, and then he did. And he was the first one to do it, I think, in his family. Maybe, I'm not sure. But anyways, it was just, he didn't think about it. And it just kind of going back into, like you were saying, there's a lot of neglected areas of town, and there's, short-staffed school districts, and you guys are just kind of filling in the void and helping out these kids, people like Bobby that really need the help, even till this day.
Good-looking kids.
Absolutely. I mean, my favorite statistic to share with people is that 100% of our graduating team members pursued higher education.
How much?
100%.
Wow.
Not 99, 100.
100.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to see these kids achieve.
So you talked earlier about you coordinate all these events for the YMCA. Can you talk about some of these events that you coordinate?
Sure. So the biggest event we have coming up is our annual Golden Gloves boxing tournament, which we orchestrate. And it's just that. It's a boxing tournament, and it lasts for 6 nights, starts on Monday, February 16th, and goes through Saturday, February 21st.
Can I, Vaseline the faces of the fighters?
I'll sign you up.
All right, cool.
I'll sign you up. And so Boys and Girls Clubs puts on the tournament, and it's amateur boxing at its finest. And that's an event that requires so many hands. So we're always looking for volunteers to help us, from running concessions to running our doors to kind of floating as to where we need them. And all of that information can be found on our website.
And you also have an April wine tasting. What is that?
So our annual Leadership for Education wine tasting event raises funds for the Boys and Girls Club Scholarship Fund. So all proceeds from that event help our kids go to college. It's an awesome event.
And then towards the end of the year, I know it just happened, but you have the November annual gala.
We do. It's called Casino Night. So raising funds for our kids with a little bit of blackjack thrown in.
Oh, awesome.
So how can somebody help out with these events?
So they can contact me, lmandel at begreatsa.org. They can also call the number, and they can also visit our website, and all of the opportunities are there.
So the website is begreatsa.org, and again, that's www.begreatsa.org, or they can call at 210-436-0686. Again, that's 436-0686, and they can give time. They can help out in one of these major events.
They can also give money, right?
Yeah, you'll take money, right?
We'll take money, and so there are a couple ways you can give money. You can attend one of our events, like the Golden Gloves event. You can buy individual tickets for the wine tasting. You can buy tables. We also have, holiday parties. Our branches are always looking for people to underwrite Valentine's Day parties, Christmas parties,
awesome.
And those are expensive to put on.
Sure, for sure. So people can get involved in many different ways. Go to the website, check it out. We appreciate your time, and thanks for stopping by with Bobby and JJ Radio. We'll be right back with Ashley Marsh. She's the marketing director of Habitat for Humanity. We're going to take a quick break and hear from our show partners. If you missed any of this, you go to bobbyandjjradio.com.